I think they do. I don't think they exist to the level they need to.
Okay, tell me more.
I think they need to be codified, written, and explained so people understand them.
Yes.
And put at a higher level so governments can't just take them away at a whim.
Yeah, I think they exist, but I don't think they exist to every group of people. I still think we're very still back in the 1920s with the way some people are trying. I do think they try and push human rights, but I don't think that it's a...
I don't think it's quite a classless society like people expect it to be. I mean, like, there is still a divide between
absolutely
the top and the bottom.
Yeah.
Not even just the top and the bottom, but between different races, between different ethnicities, between different sexualities. There's still that prejudice. Whether people say there isn't or not, there absolutely is.
Well, we have certain rights, like the right to vote, and we have laws and stuff like that, which we tend to abide by. So I would consider the human rights in our country to be there for most of the time.
Yes, I would, compared to what's going on in the rest of the world. I'd say yes.
I think they definitely exist, just not necessarily for everyone.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of things that we are very privileged to have in London. There's a lot of freedom here, and people do have a generally good quality of life, but there's still a big sort of difference between, earning brackets and things like that, and quality of life is quite varied, I think, still.
I think people these days have a lot more say as far as human rights is concerned. I think we can now choose who we want to be.
Yes.
And you shouldn't feel restricted by what other people think or say or do. You should have a right to be yourself.
Not all the time, no.
Yeah.
A certain amount, yes, but not all the time, no. Definitely not.
I think there's still a lot of I think things going on, like awareness of discrimination, even particularly to like minorities of like different color.
Yes.
And I think a lot of time now there's this fear, or I don't know, there seems to be a backlash that now even if you're more aware of like things like discrimination or sexual harassment,
yes,
some people might say, why are you being so sensitive about it?
Yes.
Or it's now no longer fun or easy to talk to anyone because you often have to be thinking twice about what you are saying. And I think that's a form of privilege that everyone seems to have, even around here.
There's still a lot less rights for ethnic minorities, which shouldn't be a thing in this day and age.
Yes.
Obviously you see prejudice among other groups. You see homeless people a lot in Manchester stuck in a rut and stuck to get out of that trap.
Yes and no.
Okay.
I think there's some movement to restrict voice. I think we're probably better than most countries, I imagine, but I think there's some space to improve that.
Probably more so than most places. There's a lot could be a lot worse, and it is a lot worse elsewhere.
Yes.
I think that's what, and that, I mean, I grew up here, born here, raised here. There's just no other place like it when it comes to, the diversity. Sure, we have problems, but if you compare it to elsewhere, we're one of probably the most tolerant, compassionate set of people on one land.
I think it depends how you frame what human rights means in the context of Britain or the UK, because some people might say we have good legislative frameworks. We're a signatory to the European Convention on Human Rights. We have currently a Human Rights Act, although that is, of course, under threat of repeal. But of course, human rights can't just be measured in terms of laws and policy. You have to think about behaviours, cultures, attitudes and beliefs. And unfortunately, we still live in a place where there is a lot of racism, xenophobia, ableism, homophobia, transphobia, sexism, misogyny. So, while human rights are playing an important role in challenging injustice, and certainly there are legal and political avenues to do that, I think socially and culturally we have a long way to go to make the UK, indeed many countries around the world, rights respecting and rights affirming.
I think it's getting a bit thin on the ground in a lot of ways. I think that the rich are getting richer and they don't even look back, and it's quite bad, some of the situation people in this country are getting to be in. But I think we're doing better than a lot of other countries, but that doesn't mean to say it couldn't be a lot better than it is.